Yeah, good morning. It's a beautiful Saturday morning here. The sun has come back. We had 2 or 3 days of horrible rain, which made me worried, but now it's nice. And it's 64 days after transplanting, so one of our last management decisions to make today, whether we need some more nitrogen fertilizer or not. I have a good old friend with me here, Thomas George, who also is an agronomist and is keen to see what we're doing here. He's been around in IRRI in the 1990s, so I'm asking Thomas right away. When you look at our crop here, do you see a difference in the field somewhere? What do you see?
I definitely see a difference. This side is a better crop, more vigorous crop. That side is not bad, but slightly behind.
Yeah, so that's what we see too. This side is the hybrid over here. And it's a bit ahead in crop development. It's 5 days ahead basically, so some panicles are shooting out already. So we're getting close to flowering stage, and it seems more vigorous in general. So we may need some nitrogen, and when we made the nutrient management recommendation using our software, our mobile phone application, it told us that the hybrid should receive another 20 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare at this stage to really fully utilize its yield potential. So far we have applied about 100 kg on the hybrid and 20 on the inbred, so not much difference. But it is likely that we need some more because we have set a higher yield target for the hybrid of 7.5 tons versus 7 tons for the inbred. So what I need to do now is basically assess the nitrogen status in both and then make a decision on what we do in terms of applying that last nitrogen. Yeah, I'm standing in the hybrid and you can see there's the first few panicles shooting out, so we're really at that stage where we need to figure out whether a little extra nitrogen could support the grain filling and the expression of yield potential. So the way I'm going to do this is using this leaf color chart that was developed many years ago by various research groups. So that's the version that was developed about 10 years ago here at IRRI. It has 4 panels, and basically what I need to make sure is that on average the crop has at least the color of number 3, which is this one here. If it's less than that, then I think there's an indication that extra nitrogen is needed. If it's much more than that, I probably wouldn't need it. So what I have to do is I have to walk through now here and stop at about 10 to 15 places in the hybrid and also the inbred, and then pick a hill that is disease-free. That's important. You don't take diseased plants. I got to pick a hill that is disease-free, and I have to take a leaf. I don't rip it off normally, but for showing it, I'll do it right now. And then I put the leaf on this color chart and try to see which of the color it matches best. So if you can see that, so this one seems very much close to number 3. Would you agree, Thomas?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? So it's definitely not 4, definitely not 5, definitely not 2. Sometimes I interpolate, I say, well, it could be a 3.5, and of course some precise people might think, why don't we just call it 3.15 or 3.27, that makes no sense. Right. This is a rough indicator. We just want to know, are we in the right ballpark, and do we need a little extra nitrogen or not. So I'm going to go ahead now, walk through here at a few places. I will record my observations on this sheet and then take an average.
There you go.
Yeah, I see a lot of rat damage. Here's a whole patch. Just very fresh, just very recently. You see this is still green,
Yeah, that's even last night.
Maybe just last night they came in and chewed it off. It's all shot, bitten off here. Yeah. We're gonna have substantial yield losses because I saw a lot of it everywhere here. Yeah, I just finished my assessment and I'm quite disappointed. From the outside the crop looks pretty good, but when you actually walk through I see a lot of problems. The canopy is not fully closed as much as I wanted. There's gaps, and the most surprising thing is that In the hybrid I see a lot of very fresh rat damage, stems being completely cut off. That must have happened in the last 2 or 3 days. I see nothing like this in the inbred, so I have no clue why the rats went after the hybrid and left the inbred alone, even though it's in the same field. So there must be something in the hybrid that makes it taste better or attracts the rats. Maybe they're sweeter, they have more non-structural carbohydrates or sugars, whatever it is, I don't know. So the only thing that was different in the last 3 days was that we had a tropical depression going through, 2 or 3 days of rain. I don't know what that, whether that inspires the rats to go into the fields. I have no clue. The nitrogen starters, the hybrid on average between 2.5 to 3. So I think from a theoretical point of view it's okay to put some extra nitrogen on. Whether it will make a big difference or not, I have some doubts because of the other problems we have in the crop now with the rats too. The inbred, my leaf color chart reading will average about 3, so that should be just about right, so I'm not going to put any nitrogen on there. So I'll put the urea on, and then that's pretty much the last operation we can do before harvest, and then all we have to do now is hope for the best. No more rats and plenty of sunshine to get at least some good yield out of it.